Binge eating is a deeply ingrained habit inside of your brain. And I'm going to share with you an example of what happened to me this past weekend to make it such a perfect example for how this is true. So this past weekend, yesterday, I was driving to the yoga studio and the lights where I was driving, the traffic lights, had no power. And I was like, okay, well, at my house I had power. There's no power driving to yoga. Kept on driving. I go into the yoga studio and it's like pitch black. And they were like, yep, we're having a power outage. There's no power. So here I am, very smart, very intelligent. I'm like, there's no power. I go into the bathroom. And what's the first thing that I do? I flick on the switch. And I laugh because I knew that there was no power. But my brain automatically went to turn on the switch to have power. Your brain is so smart. And how many times do you go to the bathroom, you flick on the switch? It's patterned. It's so deeply ingrained into your brain. And I was laughing so hard. I got out of the bathroom and I told the person at the front desk, I was like, I knew that there was no power. And you know that I just flicked on the switch? And she was like, you weren't the only one. Actually, the person just before you said that they did this exact same thing. How often do you do these things without even thinking? And you know better, and you still do it. Binge eating is the same. You can know that certain foods don't make you feel good, and you still eat them. You can know that you should not give in to your binge urges, and you constantly tell yourself just one more time. And today, inside of the training, inside of the 30-day challenge to rewire your brain to stop binge eating, I called the training Why Smart Women Know Better and Still Binge. Because you can know better. You can know that you're binging. You hate how bloated you feel. You hate the guilt. You hate how much food is consuming so much of your mind. And you still restrict. You still tell yourself, I probably shouldn't have the cookies, even though you know that by depriving yourself from the cookies, you're going to binge on them. You can know that when you're at the restaurant and you feel full, you know you should stop eating. It's like, but the food is just so good, one more bite. And then you leave feeling so uncomfortable. It's one thing to know, but it's another to do. And just like this weekend, I knew that there was no power. And I literally flicked on the switch because this is how habits are. Habits are so automatic. Habits are so, you're on autopilot. And how many times have you binge and you feel like you enter like a dark hole? You escape for a second. You like disconnect from the world. And it's like, what the heck just happened? I just ate so much. I felt like it wasn't even me. I describe it as going through these out-of-body experiences. When you're going through these habitual cycles, you're literally on autopilot. It doesn't feel like you. I always say it feels like someone has a remote control and they're dictating how much I'm eating. Because I swear, I used to enter a black hole and I'm like, my stomach is going to burst. But I kept on eating, kept on eating, kept on eating. I knew that I shouldn't give in to my urges. And I kept giving in one more time. I promised tomorrow's going to be better. This is a habit. Now, the best part about binge eating being a habit is you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. Habits that have been wired into your brain can be rewired. And this is actually really, really, really exciting. And today on the 30-day challenge call, someone commented on the chat. They're like, thank goodness I finally don't feel broken. Because for so many years, you might be telling yourself, what the heck is wrong with me? What? You're so stupid. I used to say, why are you doing this? You're so stupid. And at first I was oblivious, right? I'm like, I don't know what just happened. I don't know why did I eat so much? I didn't know why. But then I started recognizing, oh, this is a habit. If I give in to my urge, the urge is literally going to become stronger. And I still gave in. And that's what's really frustrating. Like, but I know better. Why am I still doing it? Because it's so on autopilot. It's so habitual. And your brain is very smart. Your brain doesn't want to have to work. Your brain's like, I know how to feel good. I know how to get comfort. I know how to feel relief. I've been going down the same pathway for 10 years. Why are we going to change? It feels good. It feels safe. It feels comforting. Even though it's uncomfortable. It's easy. I don't have to think. Kids go to bed, sit down on the couch, grab a snack, and eat. Autopilot. Just finished dinner, grab a snack, grab something sweet, autopilot. Binging is a habit. And you are actually in the driver's seat. So right now, you might not feel like you're in the driver's seat. You're like, Lorna, I'm in the freaking back seat. Food has so much control over me. But what I say, you're in the driver's seat, is you have the power to change your relationship with food. You have the power to become less impulsive with food every single day. Because when the urge to binge comes on, you have a choice. You can go down path one, where you say to yourself, it's just too strong. It's just too uncomfortable. I have to give in. I can't focus on anything else. I have to eat. And so you give in. You further ingrain this habit into your brain, and the urge actually becomes stronger. The urge becomes more intense the next time. Or you can go down the second path. You still feel that same level of discomfort. It's like an itchy mosquito bite that needs to be scratched. And you choose to respond differently. And you say, nope, this isn't who I am anymore. You choose a different response and you don't give in. The urge actually weakens. The urge becomes less intense. And the more times you choose to not give in to your urges, the weaker the urge becomes. And eventually, the urge no longer is this demanding thing anymore. You don't feel it. This is why I'm over 6 years binge free. Not because I have more willpower than you. Not because I know more. Not because I'm smarter. Not because I'm just more motivated. It was because I responded differently to my urges. I understood that binge eating was a habit. And as uncomfortable as it is to say no to your binge urges, you are in the driver's seat. You have the power to actually become less impulsive with food every single day. And inside of the 30-day challenge to rewire your brain to stop binge eating, I am giving you a daily tool to become less impulsive every single day. The tool that I just shared today, I use this tool almost every single day in 2019 when I was healing my relationship with food. And it's the reason why foods are no longer triggering for me. Social events no longer give me anxiety, and why I can be home alone without even feeling an urge to binge. And this particular tool, you can implement it every single day for 2 minutes first thing in the morning, and you'll become less impulsive. Like, these tools are so doable. I want to make it so simple for you to actually become less impulsive because you're in the driver's seat. You can spend the next 30 days feeling more impulsive, having more food thoughts, constantly beating yourself up. Oh, do better tomorrow, do better tomorrow, do better tomorrow. Or you can spend the next 30 days implementing these tools and watch how much space you have in your brain. How much more present you are with your family. How much more confident you feel in your own skin because you're no longer bloated from how much you're eating. You're in the driver's seat. So you can join us inside of this 30-day challenge. You get the 30-day trainings, the audio trainings every single day to become less impulsive. And also every single week, we meet on Zoom and I coach you through my root and rewire process. Now, I crafted this root and rewire process back in 2021. So in 2019, that's when I healed my relationship with food. I spent over a year and a half going through my own journey, learning from top coaches and mentors. And then I started working with, hundreds of clients from around the world. And I really crafted this incredible process. And I've refined it over this last year. Now it's a 5-step process. How to get to the root of your binge eating and actually rewire your brain out of these habitual cycles. So every week on Zoom, I'm walking you through one step of the process so that you can actually reprogram your brain in the most sustainable way and no longer even feel an urge to binge. So you can come and join us. This 30-day challenge is $33, or you can upgrade to VIP. Now, inside of VIP, we're really focusing on the mindset. So if you know yourself and you're like, yeah, I can do well for like a week, but then something happens, a workout doesn't happen, my day gets flipped upside down and I sabotage, you're going to want to be inside of VIP. If you feel like you have this love-hate relationship with food and binging, you're like, I don't even know if I want to give it up, get inside of VIP. If you feel like you're constantly telling yourself, I'll do better tomorrow, just one last time, and you feel like you're always sabotaging, get inside of VIP, because we're really focusing on the mindset piece. And I would actually say this is almost more important, because you can know all the tools, but it's the doing, it's the implementing. So also inside of VIP, you're getting personalized coaching with me. So twice you get to come up on Zoom, and we actually in real time, I will support you with your urges, with your food thoughts, your emotional triggers. Every week you get to ask a personalized question inside of our private Telegram space. And then you get access to my program, Master Your Mind for a Binge-Free Life, where we're really going to be focusing on shifting your identity out of binge eating. Again, the mindset, getting out of the all or nothing, black and white mentality. So you can join us inside of this 30-day challenge. I am pouring my heart and soul into this. You know, when I was going through binge eating and having these crazy food thoughts and feeling out of control with food, I so badly wanted somebody to just see me. Like, I just wanted somebody to get me. I wanted to finally feel like I'm not broken. There is not something wrong with me. And when I found that, I was so grateful. And so I want to be that person for you. Again, somebody in our, somebody dropped inside of the chat today. They're like, I'm so glad I finally don't feel broken. So there is a way out. You don't need more motivation. You don't need to keep trigger foods out of your house. There's nothing wrong with you. You've just patterned this habit into your brain. But once you learn the tools, like, this is the best part. Like, it's not like you have to like try harder. There's just certain tools you have to do to help you not give in to your urges, to shift the way that you're seeing food. This is so doable. Like, you can actually change your relationship with food over the next 30 days. You can be mind blown with the space you can have in your brain, how calm you feel around food, how you can just be around food and honestly just feel neutral around it. Like, one of my clients, she had a granola in her house, and normally as soon as she would have it in the house, gone within a few days. It's been weeks and she's forgotten that it's even there. So this is what can happen. You are actually in the driver's seat. You get to become less impulsive with food over the next 30 days, feel way better in your own skin, and actually be present in your life. So you can message me, Rewire, if you're not inside yet. I just saw there's like 3 people joined VIP today. Someone joined the general today as well too. So you can message me, Rewire, to get inside of the challenge, 30 days to become less impulsive with food by rewiring your brain. I cannot wait to support you, and I will see you guys inside. Have a beautiful rest of your day. We'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.